Welcome back. You're still tuned into Hot Stock, and one stock that certainly will be in the cynosure of everyone's eyes is Skipper Limited. It's been able to deliver a super strong set of Q4 numbers. Revenues have grown 10%, margins are strong, and even the bottom line has grown by a good 46%. Not just that, the company has also received a fresh 500 crore rupee order win. So all of this is keeping the stock very active, 5% higher. So it certainly is one hot stock for today. Joining us on the show to discuss a bit more on the earnings is Mr. Devesh Bansal. He's the director at Skipper Limited. Hi, Mr. Bansal. Good morning. Appreciate you joining us on ET Now. Congratulations. It's been quite a steady and strong performance for Q4. Firstly, what drove growth and how do you see revenues shaping up going forward? Do you think this 10% trajectory is something that you could exceed going forward?
Good morning. Thank you. Yes, we are definitely very happy with the results that we've been able to achieve. The 10% growth is definitely in line with our expectations. In fact, it's our targets going forward would be in excess of 15% on a corporate level. It's basically a result of a very strong order book that the company enjoys and the robust industry of power transmission, which is currently there both domestically as well as internationally.
And despite the fact that we've seen demonetization, the PVC business has grown 30% on year in FY17, and analysts say that growth here looks very promising going forward. So take us through what helped lead this growth and what projections you have for the PVC business.
Well, in our PVC business, we enjoy a low base effect. We are still at about 200 crores of top line. We were expecting growth in excess of 50% this year. However, we still managed to achieve 30% in spite of demonetization. Quarter 3 and initial part of quarter 4 was slow for us in the PVC business. However, post-February, we are seeing robust demand in the market. And we are very sure that the growth will be in excess of 50% in FY18 for us in the PVC business.
Okay, you're saying you will be able to exceed the 30% growth even in FY18?
For sure. That's the target that the company has, and we are very confident of achieving it.
Okay, that's very encouraging. That's very encouraging comments coming in, Mr. Bansal. So, are you also confident of the double-digit margins, because we are seeing better penetration as well as product mix? So will double-digit margins sustain? And if you could just give us an exact number, if there's any target you're looking forward in terms of margins as well?
Sure. So in our PVC business, again, as you mentioned, we are penetrating into newer and newer geographies, and that is definitely putting a slight pressure on our margins. You'll see that our margins in the last couple of years have gone from 13% EBITDA to approximately 10% EBITDA in the last year. We hope to maintain these double-digit numbers going forward, and definitely with the improving product mix, with plumbing taking a greater share as against agri. We are very confident that we are actually quite hopeful that we'll be able to achieve maintain double-digit EBITDA numbers in the PVC business as well.
Okay, things sounding very good. And let's talk about the EP segment. How did that perform? Because I know that they've entered 2 geographies as well, new ones, Botswana and Philippines in the 4th quarter as well. What kind of export growth can we see here?
So in our T&D business as a whole, we are definitely looking at expanding our geographical presence across the world consistently. We've entered more than 20 new geographies in the last 12 months, and Botswana and Philippines are just the last couple of geographies that we've been able to enter. This is in line with our long-term strategy of being a player in as many countries as possible. And we are very confident that with the kind of competitive cost structure that the company enjoys in the T&D business, really there is no geography that we will not be able to enter.
All right. Mr. Bansal, you've also won fresh orders worth about 500 crore rupees. If you could give us details on the execution, what does this take the total order book to? And if you could leave us with a guidance on the order book?
Sure. So with the current inflow of approximately 500 crores of orders, our order book now stands at approximately 2,600 crores, which is almost 2x of our last year's revenues. And it's split between approximately 50% from PGCIL, approximately 22% from other domestic players, and approximately 27% to 28% from our export business. Going forward, this gives us very good revenue visibility for the next couple of years, and The overall market scenario is also quite bullish. So really, orders does not really seem to be a problem for the company.
Okay, thanks so much for joining in on the show, giving us all of that positive commentary. Things looking fairly upbeat for Skipper, not just in Q4, but for the future as well. And the stock is clearly applauding that move. But let's shift gears then and bring on board a very